Hey my friend, for this week's video I want to share a little bit more about how to arrange a track in Ableton Live. There are several ways to do it. Normally there's the arrangement view, right, and there is the session view. So I like to think about arrangement view. It's like a horizontal, and the other one is like from top to bottom, right? And I want to work a little bit in the session view because it's a lot of fun to actually put some arrangement together in there. So I want to show the process on how I would move a loop to the arrangement to create kind of a rough arrangement, the process, how I would do it in a fun way without copy and paste things, but in a more hands-on way, because sometimes to me it feels like a little bit boring sometimes, um, and I switch things up. Sometimes I do it in the arrangement view, sometimes I do it more in the session view. It depends, whatever works best for you. But I have some people who ask me, okay, how can I transform the MIDI to MIDI clips actually, right? Because I use a lot of the MD Snake like a sequencer, right? That doesn't really create clips, so we need to record it. It's a little bit of a boring task to record all of that, of course, I agree. But after you do that, you're ready to go. I like to do such things when I have a little bit less kind of brain power, when I feel a little bit tired. I do such tasks, where I record things sometimes late in the evening. I'm pretty tired, so I do tasks that are more repetitive, a little bit more boring, in order of music production, right? It's not creative too much, and I do some recording and organizing and stuff, right? So yeah, let's jump in. Enough of the talking. My name is Silvano from ruffinstudio.com. Let's jump right in. Alright, let me quickly explain what we're going to do. So this is kind of the final result we want to have in our session. Yeah, I'll simply play that. So we have different scenes here that we can play around with, and some have no kicks and so on, right? So I'll play quickly. Right. And so on, right? So just to show you quickly what we aim for, so we have different scenes with different clips in it, so we can get kind of a hands-on arrangement. I'm just showing you how we can transform, or what the step-by-step plan of action is, and then maybe we can also make a quick kind of rough arrangement in a playful way like I did just now, right? So yeah, let's start off with the initial project file. The initial project file, right? What I want to show you is how we can transform, especially from this sequencers here, MD Snake, to create clips, MIDI clips, so we can arrange the track in a straightforward way. One challenge we have here is we have some stuff here with the custom, right? So we assigned this custom setting here, this tab, to do something on the kick. It's actually not a kick, but kind of a mid-range element, right? And such things I don't bounce to MIDI, but I simply create a new audio channel and then I record it into an audio channel, right? And for the other stuff, this drum brain has a cool function which is called clip. So we get MIDI clips here from this section here, from this sequencer here. Full clip, right? So we have, with one click, we have all the MIDI files exported. There's one cool feature here in Ableton. If you play some MIDI notes here, then we have this capture MIDI function, right? And if you click that, then Ableton creates MIDI clips out of those latest incoming MIDI clips, right? So that's what I just played without even recording it, right? So the latest played MIDI clips, you can create MIDI clips, MIDI notes, you can create MIDI clips out of it. Again, so yeah, I have to arm it so I can play with it, right? But I didn't really record it into a clip, but if you want to do that, simply clip this, right? Click this MIDI capture icon and then you get those clips that I just played. But the problem here with MD Snake is the MIDI capture feature sadly doesn't work because there's internal routing is a little bit different and Ableton doesn't recognize it as an external input, MIDI input, right? So we have to manually record the MIDI clips. So let's do that. Is simply by clicking new MIDI clip and then choose the input, right? Arm it. This is going to be an audio channel, so I maybe label this differently. Those are already audio clips, right? Then we have here another MIDI channel that we can record. Play that, a couple of bars. Actually, let's record it straight into the first scene here. Let's just get rid of that. Let's do another recording. And then we go get those MIDI clips here, right? So this is the kick, and then I would simply take the synth over here, and now no input, otherwise we still get this sequence from here, right? And then we have the exact same thing as a MIDI clip, straightforward, right? It's not the most fun thing to do, but it works, you know, because some people asked, okay, this is confusing to me, but seeing it like this, we have MIDI clips now, right? This sequence here, you can also transform this over that, and I would simply save it as a new arrangement file, right? As a next step. Okay, but here we go, right? So we get MIDI clips here. Let's get rid of that. So we have the hi-hats in MIDI. Then we still don't have the bass line. Let's bounce that, or let's record that to audio. We said we want this one as audio, right? Arm it. And then hit record. And then we have the audio here. Here's the bass line. And just make sure that the audio is about the same loudness. And yeah, that's basically how we can transform the MIDI clips into clips, right? So now the next thing I would do is I would create different maybe variations of the same clip, you know. So for example, I would mute that. Actually, if you hit Command Shift I, you create a new scene here, right? So I would call this full loop, kind of. You know those, if you worked with drum machines and whatnot, you can generate different patterns, right? And every pattern is a little bit different, and the same thing goes here. And so in Ableton we have two kind of different views, right? So this is the session view and this is the arrangement view. I like to create kind of ideas and whatnot inside the session view, and then moving over to arrangement view. I also know people who only work in this view here from the beginning on, but I kind of have different mindsets, you know. So first part is creation, playful, and that's what I'm doing in this session here, in the session view. And then I'm moving over to this arrangement view as soon as I'm starting arrangement, right? And what I found is this session view is cool because you can test different MIDI clips with each other, right? And quickly capture that into a new scene. So this is the full loop, right? Now we can explore. Okay, how is it if I mute that? And if you like that, you simply hit capture, and you see there is no of that clip running. And this is basically set up to play live, right? So you shoot out different scenes. So I would call this no 80s beat, I don't know, you know, and then you can also label it in a different color and whatnot. It's pretty straightforward and it's a lot of fun to work with, right? And here we maybe can mute that, make it also a different color, and then call this no cabas, right? But we want to play that, right? So capturing again a new scene here. Maybe we want to make a break. Take out the kick. Or we want to adjust this here. Make a variation of the kick maybe. Right, or here maybe with the hi-hats. You can also draw in some automation if you want. So you see, I automate here the decay of that Headster plugin here inside the clip itself. we get some variation going on like this, right? I need to pump it up again. Make new, and then I call this automation 2, and here we adjust things because this is minimal. We want little changes, right? Can also right. Just to give you some ideas, and then we have right. If you have a MIDI control, this is even more fun because then you can live tweak stuff here if you want. And so on, right? Launching those scenes by yourself. You could also use the follow actions here, which is pretty cool, I think. So let's assume I'm just doing this on the fly, right? So just want to show you we have different variations here. Okay. So this is probably too drastic, right? So I maybe would make a pattern here with some removing the kicks, just randomly maybe. Okay, that's not the best example, but you get the idea what you can do here. You can get really creative, but I want to show you what you could do possibly with the follow action. So what we need to do first is to make sure that our clips are the same length, right? Maybe even if it's a different length, it doesn't really matter because you probably find some interesting variations. Let's actually try it out. Okay, so the longest clip, let's say this full clip here, and then we go into the launch setting here. Launch that, right? So inside the follow action we can set the bar here. After 8 bars we can say play the next, right? Or play any or other or whatever, right? Like in a random setting, but we want to play simply the next clip here, right? After 8 bars. And we can also set the chance that this happens, right? That's pretty cool. And now let's just test it out here. So I'll launch the first clip here. Right? I'm not doing anything right now. Now we just did this for one clip, right? But if we want to do that for all the clips. You can do so for all the clips if you want. Next. 8. And now it should trigger all the clips, right? Hey friend, I'll jump back into the video in a second, but before we do so, I want to say thank you that you watched so far. Really, this means a lot. I wouldn't make those videos if no one would watch, so you watched this far. So I want to reward that, and I want to give you something for free, which is my Ableton Live One Tool preset pack. So this is basically Ableton Live based stock pack. Those are basically presets, you know, that you can drag and drop into your channels. Let's jump quickly in and see some examples how this can help you out and how it can inspire you, and then we jump back to the content. Thanks for watching. Sounds pretty different, right? Those are little sound design tools to keep you going, hopefully. Go and grab it, it's for free. Let's make this a little bit dirtier maybe. Right? Automated. Another tool here. Right? Pretty simple. Again, those are not the most complicated whatever tools. They are simple, straightforward tool to make a little bit of impact, to add those little things that I like to talk all the time in my videos, which is add things that you can feel but not hear, you know. So that's the sound, right? Clean and nice. And now let's transform it with those tools. Of course we want some additional grooves, right? Now you can transform shit pretty easily with those tools. It lets you really tweak stuff, you know, that's my whole point. It's not the fanciest shit, but it's quick and an easy fix, and that inspires you, you know. Combine it, add more stuff, add more tools, and it keeps you going. I hope it does, you know. So let's add some stuff to this maybe. Right? Let's make quick A-B. Sounds pretty different, right? Those are little sound design tools to keep you going, hopefully. Go and grab it, it's for free. I also want to show what's possible with one simplistic, minimalistic tools, you know, you can transform your shit with stock plugins. So yeah, if you want that, grab it on the link below. Thanks for watching. Now let's get back to the content. An automatic way. So this is like chaining on a drum machine. So now you grab coffee. Actually, I have some coffee here. Let it run. And if you feel you over-listened the track already, you simply mute that track, right? And doing its work, we could even go here and record that whole thing, right? That automatic kind of triggering. It looks complicated, but if you set it up correctly and hands-on, easy, right? So I can walk away now if I set it up correctly, or if I have a template. I'm working on a template where you can replace your clips actually. So that's my goal in the future, right? That's amazing, in my opinion. Hate that track. This one. action plan, and then stop the playback here, and then going through it, and then on some level you get a full arrangement, right? Another way is to do, so this is more hands-on way, right? But also how I get great results was simply taking that whole loop, it like this, and then without anything playing, spread it out over 6-7 minutes, I don't know, and then we already have like this, and then I would go in muting clips here and there, right? Kick or whatever, because I know around here I usually make a break somewhere in the middle maybe, and this is a pretty fast way to carve out a quick arrangement. But if you want it more hands-on, I would do it the other way. Okay, oh, I see, it's a little bit late, I have to go to work. Okay, hope this is helpful, hope this was fun. My name is Silvan from roughandstudio.com. Yeah, try it out. Again, to sum it up, transform the clips into MIDI, into audio if needed, make it the same length, and then mark them, use the follow actions, or play around different how do you say, variations, different combinations. Exactly, that's the word what I was looking for. Different combinations of different clips, making small adjustments, automations, and then quickly transform them into a scene. Command Shift I on a Mac, and then you get the scene, right? Here you can see your shortcut. On Windows, I actually don't know, but capture and insert scene is it called, right? And you can outline kind of different sections. So I maybe would start off with full loop, then I would remove the kick maybe on some level, adjusting the bass line. So I would adjust the main elements of a track, removing or even shortening or lower the volume of the clap, right? Or muting some parts here. There are lots of possibilities, and then if you like, you can automate the arrangement part side of things with follow actions. Mark all the clips, double click on a clip, and then you set on what bar you want to launch the next clip, or what it should do. It can also stop if you like, right? Or using this setting here, the chance. And the cool thing is, sometimes I have this info view turned on, so I see what's going on, and then I would also take notes if it plays. I would maybe not even looking at the screen while listening, but taking notes, of course, or even using a note and pen or your cell phone, and pumping out a list of action to create that arrangement. So yeah, hopefully this was helpful and inspiring. Hope to see you next week. Cheers. Bye bye.